Hello ladies and welcome back to The Now Mom. I'm Rachel Bennett and today we're doing something so appropriate for early summer. That's right, we've got cherries. We've got a whole lot of strawberries. And I pulled out my cherry pitter, guys. It's time for canning season. Okay, when it comes to canning, there is a world of information out there and you can can basically anything. And I love it because it lengthens your crop or whatever and you can keep it for a lot longer. I especially love to make the sweet things in life like jam. So yes, of course, we are going to be making jam today. I bought tons of strawberries. If you are new to canning, freezer jam is like the gateway to canning. It is simple, it is very basic, and honestly, anyone can do it. I learned to freezer jam first, and it was fantastic and easy, and all you need is some freezer space, and you've got some really good jam. What are the things we need? Number one, you need jars. This is a pint jar, and what you'll need is a jar, some rings, and lids, and that is what you're going to need basic for the jars. You do not need to be hot sterilizing them, where you put it in a pot of boiling water and you get it ready just as long as it is clean. I like to put mine through the dishwasher, make sure they're clean so they are ready to come out, along with your rings. Now, you don't need to heat up your lids because we're not going to do a water bath canning, which means once you put your fruit in, the lid and the ring on, you stick it in a big pot of boiling water for so many minutes, depending on what you can, pull it out. And that is one form of canning. Or you can can it in a pressure canner. So we're not doing that. So you do not need to prep your lids. You can actually use some older lids. These are brand new, and so the rings have not actually been softened. So if you've not canned before, this little rubber section on the lid is what seals it to your jar, and then you put the ring on top, and that enables it for like a safety seal, so it is sealed. Kind of like when you buy something from the store and it pops open, you know it's been sealed. And that's what we're talking about with the water bath canning. But because we're gonna be sticking it in the freezer, you can even use a lid like this, where you twist it on, you make sure it's clean, everything's clean, but once the jam's inside, you twist it on and you put it in the freezer. And that's how easy it is. So we're gonna go through a basic recipe, but you're also gonna need a few more things. So we've got our jars and our lids and our rings. You're going to need pectin. There's all sorts of pectin, freezer pectin. You can use Sure Gel pectin. It doesn't have to be freezer pectin. You can use liquid pectin. Each one has a different way of preparing the pectin. So the powder pectin, you prepare it with water. The liquid pectin, you truly just kind of pour it into the mashed up fruit. And the freezer pectin, all you do is combine it with like lemon juice. So make sure you follow instructions on your pectin. It is very simple though. This is what's gonna jam and make your jam solid. We're also gonna need some tools to prepare our fruit. You may wanna get a canning kit, and this is going to have your jar pickup so it doesn't get hot. You have like the plastic sides and the silicone that will actually pick up the jar. This is your funnel. Honestly, you may not need this at all for freezer jams. We're gonna put that to the side. What you need today truly is a funnel, and these are perfect for canning. They fit right inside your jar, and then you fill it up. And we're actually gonna fill it up just about that, right below the line. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We need the cherry pitter. So with strawberries, you're just gonna cut off the green and any bad parts, chop them up, and we're going to smash them with a like pastry blender or potato smasher, or if you have a food processor, you can do that. But the cherries we need to pit first, so we're gonna be pitting the cherries and then chopping them up. Okay, right now we're going to be looking for any bad cherries, as well as stemming them. So we're gonna be taking off all the stems because ain't nobody want that in their jam. Now it is time to pit the cherries. We've cleaned them, pull out all the nasty, pull off the stems. You're gonna put a couple cherries in here. It is gonna pop a little X in them. And then it pops it out. And look at this, no pit. All right, friends, this is the messy part. So as you're punching the seeds out, it may possibly stain because cherries are the darkest juice. So you're gonna have to like definitely wear an apron, put some towels around your working space if you don't want your counter totally blasted with cherry juice, but keep it pumping.
Gum.
I got splattered by cherry juice. Always wear your protective gear. Now we're gonna prep the strawberries. So we are gonna do the same. We're gonna rinse them, and then I'm gonna cut the stems off of them, and then I'm gonna put them in a big bowl, and then we're gonna mash them up. Okay, we have our strawberries and our cherries prepped. We're gonna smash them. And I was reading the instructions on this pectin. So this is freezer pectin. And with freezer pectin, you don't have to prep it at all. Whereas the Sure Gel pectin, you have to combine it with water and boil it. And then after it's been kind of dissolved down, you add it to your sugar and your fruit. And that's how you make freezer jam. And that's awesome. I'm gonna do a batch of each so we can tell the difference. I'm gonna do a regular batch where I boil it and add it to the sugar and fruit mixture. And then I'm gonna do a freezer pectin, which goes straight to the sugar and then the fruit. They say blend if you want it smooth, but I think what I'm gonna do, because I do like a little bit of chunk, I am gonna smash a little bit and blend the rest. So I'm like, mix that up, you know what I'm saying? But that looks chunky. I can do this. Okay, with the Sure Gel pectin, we're gonna be adding our sugar to the measured strawberries. And that is 2 cups strawberries to 4 cups sugar. Yep, it's a lot, guys, but that's why freezer jam's amazing. And then we're gonna add water to our pectin, boil it, and then cool it for a little bit and add it to our jam. And then boom, in the jars, and we're gonna be done. I have added water and the Sure Gel mixture to the pot, and Clay is stirring it until it comes to a boil. While I am gonna be measuring out 2 cups of the blended or chopped strawberries with 4 cups of sugar. We're making a double batch, so that means 8 cups of sugar. That's a lot.
I think I'm getting old, Mom.
Old.
I'm gonna be 17 in a month, you guys. That is 1 year and 1 month closer to being an adult. Are you excited, Mom?
That's why we're canning. We're teaching Clay how to be an adult.
Well, you're not gonna get rid of me that easily.
I'm gonna give you a can of freezer jam and send you on your way. 3. Okay. 4 cups of strawberries. Now we need 4 cups of sugar.
Look, I'm doing 2 things at once. Mixing and hitting my leg. Okay, that's
2.
Can I pause for a few seconds?
Yep, 3. Measure this exact, kids. I'm just kidding.
I think there's more.
Mamas, ladies. 4. We're coming down to the last step. So we have blended the sugar and the strawberries. Oh look, I got a big chunk. And now we're going to add the pectin. Okay, dump it in, sis. Dump it in. There we go. Just push it away. Okay, you can put that over there. All right, so we're gonna mix it, and then I'm gonna be adding it straight into my jars. Okay, so I set up the pectin in the jam. With the boiled pectin, it actually set up pretty fast. This jar I didn't get to fill all the way, but you can see it's like pretty gelatin right there. And I think honestly, like overnight, it's gonna be totally good and ready to be jam. Now, the other pectin is the freezer pectin, which is this jar here, freezer pectin, and it does not have the step of boiling. So what it says is you have the sugar, which is on the bottom, and this is the pectin on top. You can see it. This is the pectin. We're gonna mix this up, and then you add the blended fruit or the chunked up fruit, and then you put it straight in the jars. This pectin isn't setting up as fast as the cooked one, but it says stir for 3 minutes. So I trust it. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, filling the jars is what truly takes the longest, mixing up in the sugar and filling the jars, but I think they turned out really good. This is my cherry jam, and I did the same where I mixed some with the Sure-Gel pectin, and then I mixed some with the like fruit pectin. Taste-wise, they're slightly different because the fruit pectin requires more fruit and less sugar, and the Sure-Gel required more sugar and less fruit. So that one was a little bit sweeter. The other one has just a little bit of a tart to it, but look at how pretty. So I started about 8, no, I think I started about 9. So 3 hours of canning, and this was like a big batch, so you don't have to buy as much as I did, but I bought 2 flats of strawberries and a flat of cherries, and we did eat a bunch of the strawberries and cherries already, so I think I had like just like a quarter under the 2 flats for the strawberries, and look how many I made. I did some quarts because my kids eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly, so I know that they're gonna be able to eat this in like, I swear, in under a week, but that's just how we do it. So we have a ton of freezer jam. I am so excited. Now the problem will be finding space in my freezer. Definitely make sure you have space in your freezer before you start. But this was really fun.